morning, guys. Hi, good morning. This is Therese Baskin. You can probably tell by my face that I do not have any makeup on this morning. So I just wanted to do a really quick scope on some of the things that I've noticed. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Therese Baskin. Thanks for joining. I want to talk a little bit about content for SEO. I am a certified SEO professional. I've had years of experience as a blogger. I am a professional content marketing strategist. But there are three key things that I've noticed over the last couple of months and years, specifically working with clients on SEO and giving them information and opportunity about how to fix their SEO. And I created this really cool checklist that I shared out in a couple of blogger groups. And I noticed that people weren't really understanding what the information I was providing was supposed to do for them and their websites. So I wanted to kind of go over three quick points really quickly. I'm going to share this as a replay as well. So if you did not see it live, welcome for all the people who joined live. Hi, Billy P123. I wanted to kind of go over some of the information in the checklist. I'll be sharing it again because I think it's really, really useful, especially as people are starting to think about their content for 2016. So I'm going to show the checklist, but I'll still keep talking. So here is my quick SEO checklist for WordPress. And there's three things I really want to usually point out to people when I'm talking to clients about SEO. Hi, how are you? So I'm talking a little bit about what the three biggest issues are when I see bloggers creating content and using WordPress specifically. Sorry, I have a ton of tabs open, so ignore that piece. I'm going to turn my screen to the side. Well, no, this is my job. I love giving this information, so no problem. And I'll also send out a replay. So the first biggest thing is your meta descriptions. A lot of people assume that meta descriptions are useless pieces of information, but I want people to realize that meta descriptions are a huge piece of what Google sees and how they share your content and information through search. So your meta description is going to be usually 160 characters long. You want to have your title maybe included in there. It's definitely going to be that piece of your content that shows up in Google searches. So I'll show that a little bit later if I have a chance. But really what I want people to understand is that it's the exciting part of your content. It's the extract that shows up underneath your title when you're writing a piece of an article or something of that nature. You really want to display that information so that it's useful to your audience. I won't click through on certain pieces of content if I look at the meta description, and that's usually what's that small little piece right underneath your title. That tells me what it is that I'm looking for. Most people think that's just the first 115 or 160 characters. Exactly. Wow, right? Most people don't know that. They assume that it's, just some back-end information that nobody's really using, that nobody's looking at. It is legitimately the thing that people see right when they click on your article or they Google something and your page comes up. That's that first 160 characters. So when you're missing that information, no one wants to click through, or it just looks like you phoned it in because it's the first few words from your article. Not good. This, like I said, it can be very exciting to have some really good information there. It doesn't have to be like the first few lines. It's more important for that content to be your sexiest information about that article. The other piece I would say is really important that I think people miss a lot and bloggers miss a lot is your alt text. Alt text is a huge deal when it comes to what people are looking for in SERPs. So in this example, it says, do you have keywords that appear in your alternative text? The alternative text field is usually really easy to fill in when you're adding an image to your articles, when you're adding an image to the back end of WordPress. Hopefully some of you guys are using WordPress. That's what I use for all of my websites. But you definitely want to break them down by a hyphen. So on this worksheet and on this actual checklist, I kind of give an example of car rental. One of my clients is a big car rental. company. And so I talk a lot about like car rental, rent a car, Chicago rent a car versus Chicago rent a car. If you use it with a little bit of a hyphen in between each individual word, what you will end up noticing is that you're going to get more search value out of that image than if you just had those words kind of strung together in a series or, separated by a comma. The hyphen actually acts as a search divider, so any of those terms will come up. So if I typed in car and rental, that would come up. If I typed in Chicago rental, that it would come up. If I typed in Chicago car and rental, it would still come up, offering your readers and people searching the opportunity to find your content 3 separate ways. That's a really big one. The other one I would really want to talk about is your links. Outbound links are a great opportunity. I know a lot of people utilize affiliate links. We're all a part of some sort of affiliate group where we're sharing links that may, bring us money. So does it give you a higher rank or search? Affiliate links, does links give you a higher rank in search, or your alt text? I don't understand the question. So is it your alt text you're asking about, or the links piece? Okay, she's typing it in. Your alt. Oh yeah, alt text absolutely ranks you higher in search. That's a big deal. Your rank in search is very much garnered on what pieces are behind the scenes of your visible content. So that's why meta descriptions also really are useful. They're the behind the scenes piece that people think no one sees, but they are really the piece that Google cares about. And if you're missing that information, it tells Google, hey, my page is unfinished. Hey, I don't really have all of these pieces together, so they won't rank you higher because they assume that you've left that blank because you're not ready for it to be rendered in search. Most people think that it's kind of just an additional. It's really kind of a useful piece. So let's talk about alt text really quickly. Outgoing links. Yeah, no worries. So outbound links, a big deal about outbound links. They're super appropriate. You definitely want to have links that are going back to other brands. If you're typing any articles that are sponsored by a specific company, you want to make sure you have that information listed. But also it's supposed to be really important for your readers to be able to go back and find that information to go on to the brand, or say you do an outfit post and you're talking about a specific pair of shoes. That's super important and relevant for you to have that. I'm for a second, because I was feeling like you guys were just looking at the screen, and I hate that. So sorry, I'm a little shaky. I'll put this down. But I definitely want to showcase that outbound links are a really important piece, and outbound links are super important when you have appropriate anchor text. So say my text says one thing. So I'm writing an article, like I said, maybe an outfit post or a beauty post. I used to write a lot about beauty. And say I share a specific lipstick and I want to send you to that lipstick. What if that said, hey, this is a Michael Kors or a Marc Jacobs beauty lipstick in crush color, and you click on Marc Jacobs crush and it takes you over to, say, Michael Kors. Then I've actually given you something that's super inappropriate, and Google looks at that and says, hey, this doesn't match this, and so it dings you and ranks you lower. So your outbound links are a super big deal. And I know we're all linking out to other brands and blogs, and we definitely want to show that we're providing rich content, and that's super important. But I think what's super important is that you also have anchor text that makes sense. Your anchor text is a really big SEO factor, and it's really important that your text showcases what people are going to be led to. Because if you ever heard of a thing, it's a big deal, right? So if you ever heard of a thing called link bait is where you see an article that's like, Kim Kardashian's beauty secrets, and you click on it and it's the artist showing you, like a tutorial of how to do maybe Kim Kardashian's, makeup, or how she figured out how to do that makeup. If it's not really Kim Kardashian, then they're using that term or those words and phrases to get you to click, and it's not really what you expected it to be. So people click away. That same thing happens for us as bloggers when our content doesn't align with what it says on our site or what people are seeing and where it takes them to. Google will ding you for that. So that was my really quick scope about the 3 biggest things. Again, it was going to be your meta descriptions, making sure you have that 160 characters in your content so that Google knows exactly what this article or blog is about is a big deal. Making sure you have alt text on your images. If you're missing alt text on your images, actually I read a report that said 78% of content on the web, or 78% of the issues on the web right now, are all about images and alt text in your images. So people are missing the boat. So if you can just do simple alt text in some of your images, if you did them on all of your images, you would automatically shoot higher in your Google rank searches because you're doing something that 78% of the population is not doing on the web. And then your outbound links. Your outbound links are definitely a big deal. So you want to make sure that they say appropriate things in the actual link. They link to a place that's actually something that's important. People used to use click here a lot. I would urge you never to use that term because no one is searching for click here. They're searching for terms, and those key terms are going to be the things that actually bring you more traffic. So those are my 3 biggest blogger issues. If you thought this was super useful, give me a couple of hearts, share it. But I will definitely put the replay up. I think it's super important that I try to help you guys, as I was a blogger and I understand the struggle. It is super real out there. Again, my name is Therese Baskin, so you can follow me on Scope. I'm actually going to be starting to do a couple of more of those. Oh, I'm so glad that it was helpful. And I definitely want to, give you guys some information that you can use and is super valuable to your brands as a blogger. I know that struggle. Thank you so much for the hearts, everyone. I'm going to share this again, like I said, and I will share it on my blog, and I'll send out a link. Then you guys can actually download that WordPress SEO checklist. I might go through some more of the items on the checklist soon. Thank you so much for the hearts, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm going to sign off now. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining. Have a great Saturday.